Hey everyone, welcome back to the Mama Genius Hub podcast. If this is you, tune in. You've got the ideas, the clients, the passion. So why does it feel like you're still broke? The money comes in, but somehow it just disappears just as fast. You try to avoid looking at the books because every time you do, you feel even more lost. And with kids, family, and everything else on your plate, bookkeeping just feels completely impossible. That's exactly why Anastasia is here. She knows exactly how easy cash flow confusion can hold you back, even with the best business ideas. Now she teaches moms and entrepreneurs simple, clear systems to manage their bookkeeping and cash flow with confidence. So instead of guessing, you finally know exactly where your business stands. If you've been waiting for the moment when the numbers finally click, this is it. Mamas, welcome to the Mama Genius Preneur podcast, where real stories spark real transformations for moms ready to bring their visions to life. I'm Michelle DeKaiser, a mom of three, entrepreneur, and your biggest cheerleader if you've ever felt pulled to create something bigger, whether it's a business, a book, or a movement, but also felt the weight of daily life slowing you down. You are not alone. In just 15 minutes, we'll dive into insights, strategies, and real stories for women like you. Let's bring your visions to life, starting now. Anastasia Ristovska is a financial expert, mentor, and international speaker with 17 years of experience. She is a co-founder of Book at Ease, where she helps digital business simplify their bookkeeping, and NextGeneration, an educational platform training accountants worldwide, U.S. standards, and QuickBooks Online. Anastasia's mission is to turn financial chaos into clarity for small business owners and mentor women, especially moms, into flexible bookkeeping careers. Welcome, Anastasia, to the Mama Genius Hub podcast.
Thank you, Michelle, for having me. I'm excited to be your guest and share my story and my tips for all these moms and entrepreneurs who are listening to your podcast, how to smart manage their cash.
Let's just jump into your story and your why did you want, what was it with numbers and where did that come from?
Yes, absolutely. So I strongly believe that financial clarity is the foundation of freedom. And freedom as a core value of every human being, especially mine as well, is something that is very important, because I believe when people are free to choose and free to make their own decisions that impact basically their lives, can live more successful and more happy life. And working so many years in the corporate world as a finance manager, and in the last 8 years with my two companies, I've met a lot of talented small business owners who had great ideas, but were struggling with their businesses, not because of the ideas or lack of expertise, but because they didn't understand the importance of the cash flow and how cash flow can impact their business. And on the other side, working with so many women, I realized that women are struggling to build their career around their families. So with my educational platform, I teach them accounting and finance to implement not only in their practice if they're business owners, but also in their families, because I believe that having a control over your finances will save your time, your energy, and also will save your stress, because you need to do that before the cash starts controlling you. So that's how my story started. Basically, I want to transform the financial knowledge into opportunity, into freedom, into more independence. And that's why I'm passionate in what I'm doing.
I'm so with you on that. Financial, like we all need that freedom to be able to make choices with our families or things that we want to do. And you can feel that stress that comes in when the money's not coming in, or how to create that cash flow. So let's just go with the story that we have of a mom entrepreneur who is in the midst of trying to figure out where to bring the money into the business and how to do it. Where should someone start with that process of figuring out cash flow?
Yes, so no matter if you're an entrepreneur or not, you need to first understand where are the money coming from and when. And also you need to understand what are you paying for and also when, because the timing is really important. What is really confusing for the people, especially entrepreneurs in the early stage of their business, is that they think that they're profitable, but on paper, they say, okay, I have enough sales, I can pay my expenses, I'm profitable. But if the timing is not right, if your money are not coming before your due date for bills, then you can easily come to a situation when you can collapse your business or even bankrupt. Because recently, I will share now a story. I've onboarded a client who basically, what was his problem? He was saying, look, I saw today my bank account and I thought that I was doing better. I think I have enough clients, profitable. Yes, but then we realized that the problem are the terms, net terms for collecting money, because his net terms for when he was taking the money from his clients were later than his obligations and the timing when he needs to pay. And that's why he was constantly out of cash and had problems. So having in mind exactly when the money are coming in and what especially you're paying for can help you to build a strong cash flow. Because sometimes when you see your expenses, you will realize that, okay, I don't need to pay for this. The timing is really important, and the sources, where the money are coming in and where the money go.
Now, do you have any recommendations on where to start to, say, for example, a lot of people might be avoiding the books, right? They haven't looked at for a while, so they feel even overwhelming with where to start to even figure out which expenses they have or where they have. Where do you suggest starting?
Yeah, they should start with a simple spreadsheet. So write down what are your money, what is your income, where the money are coming from, how many clients do you have, when do you invoice your clients, and when do you expect those money to come. And then start in that same spreadsheet, start writing down expenses categories and average amounts that you're paying. Each week, if you follow that in a spreadsheet, you will have leftover. What is left over from this week? That will be the opening balance for the next week. And then you can add on the expenses for this week. And that way you can basically very easy make a projected cash flow for 1 week at least, or 1 month, to see how you will end up with your money at the end of the month. And if you see a discrepancy at certain point, then that's a red flag. You need to pay attention to that, whether the problem is that I'm not collecting the funds quickly enough, or maybe I can negotiate the payment terms with my vendors, or I can cut off this sort of subscriptions. I don't need them at this point.
We'll talk a little bit more about projections.
Are you a mompreneur who feels a fire to create something bigger, a business, a movement, a message, but you don't want to do it alone? That's why I've created the Mama Genius Hub, a space where your vision is nurtured, your voice is heard, and your dreams grow alongside a supportive community. Inside the hub, you'll get bite-sized insights and strategies in 15-minute sessions. A community of like-minded moms who truly get it. Support to bring your vision to life without burnout. If ready to build your business and impact while staying true to yourself, join us today at connectingmamas.com. Your calling matters. Let's grow it together.
So we were talking about that you put your income on there, the time that's collected, and with all your expenses and stuff, and that's a good place to start documenting those things. And then you can kind of project and see if there's any discrepancies or red flags. Where do we go next?
So after we do that, basically we have an understanding what is going on. And next thing is, let's see what we can improve. So if the money are not enough, we need to work on how to gain more revenue, how to attract more customers, how to attract more sales, which is a little bit harder part because that cannot happen overnight. But the most easier part is to start optimizing your costs. As I said at the very beginning, maybe I don't need to pay this sort of subscription. Maybe I'm paying too much for the rent. Maybe I can find some budget-friendly office rent, or maybe I can work from home and save that money. And a lot of things that you can do is, if you have all the expenses in front of you and know, and one more important thing, why do I need this? does that expense help me to build my business, to grow my business, or it's simply going out of my pocket because I'm not organized, I don't know what to do, or maybe I'm just lazy to take an action. So if those expenses are helping you in your business, whether to create a better content, maybe you're hiring someone who is helping you with your marketing, or maybe helping you with, I don't know, with your admin tasks, whatever, if that expense is helping you to grow your business, then it's fine. But if not, then cut it immediately, because those small spendings can either build or ruin your business if you do not pay attention on time.
Now, do you have any tips for how people could use AI or ChatGPT or something to help them with bookkeeping?
Yes, so you can use ChatGPT and AI tools to basically automate things, to help you, let's say, to send you reminders, or maybe to help you when you're writing a process flow inside of your company. Instead of thinking and working for 2 or 5 hours, you can use ChatGPT to make a good structure for you, and then you can build on that. When it comes to the bookkeeping is a skill. You need to learn it through a time, and ChatGPT or AI is not a good option to rely how to do the bookkeeping, but definitely can help you to optimize your processes, to do it faster, and to save time where you don't need to invest too much work or too much manual work, let's say, when it's not necessary.
Is there any financial tips that we didn't cover that you want to get across right now?
Yes, I would love to share 3 things. First of all, do not mix your business with your personal expenses, because this is very common, especially for the small business owners, which are at the very beginning of their journey. They're mixing their expenses, and it becomes a frustration later on. Then do not ignore your numbers, because your numbers are your signs on the road. They're telling you exactly where you're heading at. And lastly, invest in knowledge, because knowledge is something that can make a difference nowadays with all these technologies, artificial intelligence, and everything. So knowledge, for my opinion, is something that nobody can take it from you. So those 3 things.
Now, unfortunately, let everyone know how they can get hold of you, or if you have a free gift for the audience or anything along those lines.
Everybody can find me on my website, www.booksatease.com, or on my personal LinkedIn profile, Anastasia Ristovska. They can connect with me. I can offer them a free consultation about how they're doing with their business and what kind of improvements they can make.
Wonderful. We'll put you backstage for just a moment. We really need the financial literacy right here. Some of the tips that she was giving is, first of all, really what is the importance of cash flow and how it will help us create time and freedom, and to just get that idea in your head that the importance and how it can give you independence when you really put the effort into it. First step is really to figure out where is your money coming from and when, because the timing and the sources really relate that. Are your expenses coming before you're getting your input coming in from all your clients and sales? So really making note of making sure that they're crossing each other. And then number 3, that first step to get started is she gave us an idea of how to make that spreadsheet with your income, the time, and your invoices, and really gives you a chance to really project the flow and where your monthly expenses can be. And then number 4 is really about what could you improve. If money's not enough sales or to attract and stuff, it will take a little bit of time. But so you can start by optimizing your costs and really asking yourself, do I need these subscriptions? How does it help support your business? Things like that. And then number 5, which she gave us our final takeaways, is really keeping your expenses separate from your personal and your business. Don't ignore your numbers. Know where things are coming from. And lastly, invest in the knowledge to really bring forth the information so you're not relying on other things to do that for you. And so what is your final takeaway for everyone today?
So I would say be grateful for every opportunity that life brings to you, because that is something that makes us stronger. Share what you know, because this is how we can grow together in this global world.
And remember, whatever those fears are, whether it's numbers or what, community helps us to make that happen. So if that's not your genius, coming into Mama Genius community can help you figure all those systems out, because that's what we're all here about. And thank you so much, Anastasia, for coming on today, and we'll see you all next time. Bye, everyone.
That's a wrap for today's episode, Mama. I hope you found something in these 15 minutes that sparked action towards your dreams. Remember, your purpose matters, your dreams are valid, and you are not alone. If today's conversation spoke to you, come join us at the Mama Genius Hub, where you'll find support, strategy, and sisterhood to turn your calling into real impact. Let's grow this together at connectingmamas.com. And before you go, don't forget to subscribe so you'll never miss an episode. We'll see you next time.